Namaste and welcome to Wisdom with Grace Yoga. My name is Sophie, and on this channel I share practices as the Manifesting Yogini. Today I have an all levels vinyasa yoga practice centered around expanding awareness. In yogic philosophy, awareness isn't something we gain, it's who we already are. What can expand is our capacity to notice, to hold, and to perceive what already is present. A simple example, I've had my car for years and only recently noticed a few buttons I had somehow never seen before. They were always there. My awareness just caught up. In the Yoga Sutras, this lack of seeing clearly is called avidya. Often translated as ignorance or misperception, avidya is considered the root of the 5 kleshas or afflictions, and one of the first things we begin to soften and diminish on the yogic path. Yoga helps us gently reduce these misperceptions, not by forcing change, but by increasing clarity. On this channel, I talk about manifestation not as something you need to believe in, but as something you may have already experienced. Because manifestation isn't a belief. If anything, it's a disbelief in the separation of mind and physical world. As awareness increases, the sense of separation softens and life begins to feel more responsive. So wherever you are and however you are arriving, let this be a practice of noticing. There's nothing you need to fix. Just see what becomes visible. When you are ready, put on some of your favorite music. You may like to have a couple of blocks and a blanket nearby, though you won't need them. And let's begin. So we'll begin practice chanting Om as we usually do. And as we chant Om, I want you to maybe bring some more awareness to your Oming practice, noticing what comes up in thought, and see if you're thinking too much about how do I Om, what am I sounding like. Instead of that, notice where you feel the Om in the body. And taking a breath here. And continue to feel into the body. Notice here. You feel any different than before the Om practice? If not, no judgment there. We're just gaining information. And with that, we'll start practice lying on your belly in Sphinx pose. So you might like to have a couple of blocks nearby if you are a little bit more bendy in the back. We'll come to right onto our belly, and the elbows are right underneath the shoulders here. You can walk the hips back if you need a little bit more space. You can also walk the elbows forward if this is too intense of a sensation here. If you need a little bit more, you can always grab a couple of blocks. I just recommend on the slowest setting here for more of an intense opener. And we're just going to hold here for a few breaths in our Sphinx pose. Observing if there's any unnecessary tension through the body. Where can we relax and let go? Notice the breath. Is it steady, jagged, deep, or shallow? Feeling how the breath moves and participates with the body. Where do you feel the inhalation? Where do you feel the exhalation? Are there any spaces that you can fill up with breath or feel the breath that you're not already feeling? And from here, we'll start some neck movements just to gain some information here of where your range of motion is. So just saying yes, nodding the head up and down. Observe here where your stopping point is. And then moving side to side. Again, just gaining information. We always want to honor our bodies in practice. It's not a performance. We're not trying to prove anything. We're just always gaining information, gaining clarity of where we are today. And then from here, if you have the blocks, I recommend just moving those out of the way and just come into a sphinx with elbows on the ground. From here, walk the right hand into the left elbow and bend through the left knee, squeezing the heel towards the glute. From here, circle the left arm around and maybe you can find the top of the left foot. If you do, draw the left fingertips forward and elbow towards the ceiling. From here, press the heel into the glute. If you need a little bit more intensity here, you can start to press the pelvis down into the floor. Release the bind, going back into a sphinx, and we'll do that right onto the other side. So draw the left hand to the right elbow and bend through the right knee. From here, reach around and find the top of the right foot. If you do, just gently bring the fingertips towards the toes and elbow towards the ceiling, drawing the heel towards the glute. If you want a little bit more, again, you can press the pelvis down into the floor. And you might feel a little bit more in the quadriceps. And releasing the foot down, placing one forearm on top of the other and for a pillow for the forehead. Bring the knees out a little wider and bend through the legs and just start to windshield wiper the feet back and forth. And then pressing back up into a child's pose. And reaching the fingertips forehead to the mat, reaching the fingertips forward. Hips towards the heels. And taking a moment here to set your personal intention. I sit up for this so the mic isn't scratchy. And a personal intention today with this practice of awareness, I invite you to maybe reflect on an area of your life you're perceiving lack, that you would like to expand awareness on. Or you can just simply say the affirmation, I am whole just as I am. And from here, coming up into tabletop position. Knees underneath the hips, and continue to move through a cat-cow. Belly drops and the gaze lifts. Exhale, round through the spine. Chin tucks under. Noticing here, where does the movement start in your body? How is the breath integrating here? Where does the movement start and the breath start? You can begin to add your hamstrings into this practice by as the belly drops and the gaze lifts, the heels also lift up off the floor. And exhale as you round, the feet come down. One more round. And release the feet to the floor. Reach the right hand up towards the ceiling. Big expansive reach. Take a breath in. Exhale, slide the right fingertips underneath the left arm. Thread the needle here, coming to your right ear or forehead. Reaching the left hand maybe forward here. Walk the left hand underneath the shoulder and right back where we came. Big breath in and big expansion up. And reach the right fingertips forward, thumb facing up. And extend the left leg back behind you, lifting it just hip height. So my intention for practice here is to become aware when I make mistakes when I teach. Not that mistakes are bad. But sometimes I noticed in watching these videos that I'll forget a side, or I'll say a leg is an arm when I meant it was a fingernail or something. And I don't even notice that I'm doing it. So I think that's kind of interesting. Take a breath here. And release the right hand down, release the left knee down. Extend the right leg behind you, lift it about hip height, and extend the left hand forward. Take a breath here and hold into your sunbird. And release the left hand down. Walk the hand palms distance forward. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Root through all 10 knuckles of the hands. Tuck your toes under and lift the hips up and back. Lift high up onto the balls of the feet. Soften the knees and press the hips away. Find some length here through the sides of the waist and some lightness here through the hands. Imagine dragging the hands in towards each other and release the heels so they align with the middle toes. From here, maybe lift and spread all 10 toes up off the floor for an extra calf stretch and release them back down. Lift up high onto the balls of the feet once again. Gaze towards the fingertips and just small steps forward, feeling each step to the front of the mat. Come into a forward fold, soft knees, torso against the thighs. Press into the feet, circle sweep the arms up with a flat back. Hands come through to heart center and by your side, Tadasana, mountain pose. Take a minute to observe here. Notice the soles of the feet on the ground. And now lift and spread the toes and notice how the arches change there. Are you able to maintain that arch as you lower the toes down, soft, supple knees, broadening through the collarbone, stretching the fingertips towards the ground. Inhale, circle sweep the arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, fold forward over the legs. Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Hands come to shins or to thighs, elongating through the spine. Take a big step back with the left foot. You can use blocks here underneath the hands if the floor is far away. Right knee over the right ankle. Chest pulls forward. Gentle lift of back heel. From here, reach the fingertips back behind you. Inhale, rising up to your crescent lunge. And moving through a flow here, exhale, hands sweep back behind you, leaning over the front leg. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lean forward. Ujjayi breath if that's in your practice. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale one more time, reaching up. And exhale, move right through to a 5-pointed star. Interlace the hands back behind you. Squeeze the elbows in. Palms are together. Exhale, fold forward over the legs. Maybe the hands can come off the low back. If not, that's okay. Just gathering information here. Release the hands to the floor if you have the bind. Walk yourself all the way to the back of the mat. Stepping back, right back through to a plank. Shoulders over wrist, drawing the outer hips in. Shifting forward onto the toes. Option to drop your knees here. Elbows hug in as you lower all the way down to the earth. Hips and heart land at the same time. Hands stay right where they are, but you're dragging them towards the feet. And as you do that, your chest pulls forward into a cobra pose. You should just be able to lift the hands right up off the floor here, using just the strength of the back body. Press the feet into the mat. Notice here if you lift a little bit higher. Take a breath. Are you able to lift a little bit higher? Exhale. Inhale. Are you able to lift a little bit higher without pressing into your hands? Exhale, hold. And release everything down. Tuck the toes under, pressing back up either onto hands and knees or into a full plank. Exhale, press the hips back into a down dog. From your down dog, bring the feet about hips distance apart. Lift high up onto the heels. Balls of the feet. Lift the heels high. And release the heels over to the left. From here, maybe play lifting the right hand up off the floor and finding the left leg anywhere along the left leg. Releasing the right hand down. Lift the heels again and over to the right hand side. Maybe finding anywhere along the right leg. And then releasing the left hand down. Bring the toes to touch. Inhale, reach the right foot, three-legged dog. Stack the hips and lift that right leg a little bit higher. Bend through the knee. Keep the left heel towards the floor. And then swivel the right knee forward. Bring it to the center of the mat. Right hand under right shoulder. Coming to the big toe side of the left foot. Inhale, reach the left hand. Big expansive reach. And for added balance here, swivel the right foot behind the right knee to the side of the mat, lifting the left leg up off the floor. And for added challenge, bend through that knee, maybe catch the foot into the hand. As you do, kick the foot back into the hand, using the strength of the back body. And take a peek to the front of the mat. We're going to swivel the left toes forward into a low crescent lunge. The right knee is on the floor. We're going to shift the hips slightly forward and down, coming into our low crescent. Take a breath here. Exhale, draw the left hand to the left hip and side bend over to the left. Return back to center. Sweep the arms back behind you and straighten through the right leg. Coming into half Hanumasana, half splits. Soften through the left knee. Bring the hand to the inside of the left foot. Tuck the back toes under and step the right foot to the outside of the right hand. Sit down into your Malasana squat. Heels to the floor or to a blanket or something. The pelvis drops and the heart lifts. Release the hands down, tuck the chin under and lift the hips. Heel toe the feet in. Draping here over the legs. Inhale with a flat back, rising all the way up to standing. When you arrive, maybe a gentle arch back. Hands through to heart center and by your side to Tadasana mountain pose. Take a moment here to check in. Does the mountain pose feel a little bit different? Noticing each side of the body. Inhale, sweep the arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, fold forward over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins or thighs. Exhale, big step back with the right foot into that low lunge. Reach the fingertips back behind you. Inhale, rising on up to your crescent lunge. If you're struggling with balance here, notice that. You can try bringing your feet a little bit wider apart on the mat. That can help here. Inhale. Exhale, leaning forward over the leg. Inhale. Rising up. Exhale, lean forward. Inhale, rising up. And exhale, lean forward. Inhale, returning right back through. Come into a goddess squat. Inhale, straighten through the legs. Turn the toes forward. Interlace the hands, the second favorite thumb on top. And exhale, fold forward over the legs. Release the hands if you have the bind. Walk yourself over to the other side of the mat. Step the right foot back into your plank, moving through your vinyasa. Lowering down halfway or all the way. Inhale up to cobra or up dog. If you're in up dog, thighs are up off the floor. Exhale, pressing back into down dog. From down dog, toes come to touch. Inhale, left foot, three-legged dog. Stack the hips. Maybe lift that leg a little higher. Bring the right heel to the floor. Bend through the knee and lift it maybe a little bit even higher. That feels safe in your body. And then release the left knee down to the center of the mat. We'll come into that modified side plank here. Right foot in line with left knee. Pivot the left foot behind you. And big expansive reach with the right arm. Stay here or float the right leg up. Press the right heel away. Bend through the right foot. Maybe you can find the bind with the foot as you kick the foot into the hand. Release the bind if you have it. And then swing the right foot forward to that low crescent lunge. Hips push slightly forward and bring the right hand to the right hip. Inhale, reach the left fingertips up and side bend over to the right. Release the side bend. Extend, straighten through the right leg and reach the right fingertips back behind you. Toes are flexed towards the face. And release the hand to the inside of the right foot. Turn that right foot out. Toes facing out, heel in. Tuck the back toes under and step the left foot to the outside of the left hand. Sit down into a Malasana yogi squat. Release the hands, tuck the chin under and lift the hips. Heel toe the feet in. Forward fold. Inhale with a flat back, rising all the way up. Hands through to heart center by your side. Tadasana mountain pose. Inhale, circle, sweep the arms. Exhale, fold forward over the legs. Step the left foot back, big step back. Right knee over ankle. Reach the right fingertips behind you and inhale, rising up to a high crescent lunge. Inhale. Exhale, lean on forward the front leg and float that left leg up into an airplane. Are you able to dip the chest a little lower, lift the leg a little higher? Inhale. Exhale, big step back with the left foot, and we'll come right through to a warrior two. So the left foot is parallel with the back edge of the mat, the right heel in line with the center of the left foot or the heel of the left foot. Right knee is bent, left leg is straight, gazing over the fingertips. Flip the right palm up and just moving with your torso, leaning forward to the right, and reverse your warrior. Straighten through the front leg, reach the right hand forward. We'll come into a Trikonasana triangle pose. So just moving with the torso to the side. We're not bringing the heart towards the ground, so keep the heart in line with the front wall. Gazing towards the left thumb if that feels okay in your neck. Imagine dragging the grounded feet in towards each other. Flip the left palm and back behind you, palm facing out. Right hand extends forward, palm facing up. And inhale all the way back to center. Bring the hands through to heart center. Interlace the palms. Press the palms forward and up and turn the left toes out. Right into warrior two on the other side. Flip the left palm up. Reach fingertips slightly forward, up and back. Reverse your warrior. Straighten through that left leg. Come back. Bring your arms back into a T and extend the left arm forward into Trikonasana triangle pose. Bring the right palm behind you, thumb facing down. Reach the left fingertips forward, palm facing up. And inhale all the way up to standing. Soften through the left knee and windmill the hands left and right. Step back and move through your vinyasa. Plank, lowering down halfway, all the way. Inhale, arching up, cobra, up dog. Exhale, pressing back, down dog. Lift that right foot up off the floor. From here, you can stack the hips and bend the knee, and maybe you want to play with that balance here, catching the foot with a hand. Release the foot if you have it. Lifting high onto the balls of the feet, soften the knees, gaze towards the hands, and travel forward to the front of the mat. Small steps, big steps, or lightly jump. Press through the feet. Inhale, rise with a flat back. When you arrive, ground through the heels as you gently arch back into a back bend, and exhale, hands come through to heart center and by your side. Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, circle, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, right foot steps back, big step back into your low crescent lunge. Reach the fingertips back behind you and just hover over the left leg. Squeeze the shoulder blades down the back. And inhale, rising up to our high crescent lunge. As we lean forward, once again, we'll float that right leg up. Find your balance here into our airplane. And then a big step back. We'll move right into a 5-pointed star. Interlace the hands behind you. And exhale, fold forward into your wide-legged forward fold. Release the bind if you have it. Walk to the right foot. Step the right foot back to meet the left. And then drawing the right heel in, toes slightly out, lift and extend that left leg, bend through the knee and stack the hips. Notice here if it's a little harder to stack your hips when your foot is out. Your toes are out. And then you maybe play with your balance here. Feel into the wobbles, the wiggles. And release the bind if you have it. Shift on forward onto your belly. And lower on down. We'll come up to a Salambhasana here. Reach the fingertips forward, walk the hips back. Breath in. As you exhale, sweep the arms back behind you and lift everything you got up off the floor. Think of lengthening the legs as you lift. And release everything down. Bring the forehead onto the forearms once again. Knees out wide and windshield wiper the legs back and forth. We'll come up to another Sphinx pose. Noticing here if it feels any different than the beginning of practice. Has the quality of the breath changed? Has anything softened or lightened? Has your mind become a little quieter, a little bit more introspective? Or do you feel a little bit more grounded or uplifted. Observing, noticing without judgment. Notice if the mind is starting to think of all the things you did in practice today and starts to judge yourself. Whether you did something you wish you did better, or something felt really great or too easy, let it all go. Just observe. Bring your mind to the present moment. And if you want a little bit more here in your Sphinx, walk the hands out and press through the palms, lifting up into your Sphinx pose a little bit higher. Maybe from here, if you want more, bending through the knees and reaching the head towards the feet. They probably won't touch. And exhale, pressing on up and back into a child's pose. Forehead to the mat, reaching the palms forward. Walk yourself back up onto your knees. And one more quad stretch to finish out practice. Bring the hands back behind you. Lift the hips up off the heels. If it feels okay to open up through the throat, then go right ahead. Pressing the shins a little bit more into the earth. And release the hips back down towards the feet. Swing the feet forward. Reach the palms forward, and with a round spine, slow motion, moving all the way down to the ground. When you arrive, walk the soles of the feet to the mat. Lift the hips and just rocking over onto the right glute. Draw the knees back into the chest. And over to the right hand side into a twist. The left arm may be straight, right arm may be straight. If you want more here, you can use the right hand as an assist for the left knee. You can also bend through that left elbow, bringing your arm into a goal post arm. That can be a little bit, might be able to add a little bit more stretch through the pectoral muscles. And using the strength of your core, draw the knees back to center. Bring the soles of the feet to the mat. And lift the hips and rock over onto the left glute. Draw the knees into the chest and over to the left hand side. Reach the right hand into a T. Bend through the elbow. Draw the knees into the chest and give them a squeeze. Bring the knees out wide into a happy baby. Flex through the feet. Maybe you find peace fingers around big toes or outer edges of the feet. And release the feet. Extend the legs long. Coming into your Shavasana corpse pose and just noticing here. Dropping back into the witness. Observing the effects of practice and the residue that it left. This is where I will leave you. There is in the description a link to a meditation playlist if you would like a guided meditation from me. Otherwise, please don't skip Shavasana or meditation. It's one of the most important parts of practice, one of the most challenging parts of practice, but it's how we integrate and process everything we just did. Thank you for joining me, and namaste.